What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here. We just watched episode 1 and 2 of season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen. We'll be talking full spoilers ahead, so hopefully you've watched these episodes as we're in season 3. It'd be weird if you're here for any other reason. We'll do a real quick recap. I'm going to do this as basic as I can because a lot of things unfolded in these two episodes that we had to kind of go back to last season to try and make sense of some of the stuff. But basically, Yuji and Chozo are out killing curses. We find out that one of the brothers of the Zenin clan is looking for Megami because he wants to kill him so that he can be the lead of that clan, while he goes out looking for these guys. That he finds them, attacks them, and then Yuta shows up, who's supposed to execute Yuji. Chaos ensues. Yuji runs from Yuta, and Chozo and how do you say his name? I have notes here. Naoya end up fighting in a tunnel, and yeah, eventually, after some crazy shit that we'll talk about in detail when we talk about our impressions, Yuta executes Yuji, seemingly, and yeah, then also Naoya and Chozo fight. Naoya is like super fast, like crazy fast. And Chozo does a lot of his crazy blood magic. They have a crazy fight in which Chozo ends up getting the upper hand on Naoya, with a lot of blood involved, and as he does. And then, yeah, Yuta ends up showing up, healing, I believe. He kind of hints towards, implies he heals. Naoya, after Chozo defeats him, he also swats Chozo right into a wall like he's nothing. And then, yeah, it's revealed that Yuta healed Yuji because he had an agreement with Gojo a while ago that he would look after him and other people. But
First in class,
but
second class,
if something happened to Gojo, he would look after him. So he's basically a double agent. He's supposed to execute him. He did technically, but he's also going to look after him. Megami ends up showing up, basically asking for Yuji's help when it comes to the Cullen game that got enacted at the end of last season, and they devise a whole plan where they're going to go find Tengen to basically try to, I forgot what the thing's called, but the thing Gojo's stuck in.
Something prison.
Yeah, that prison, they're going to try and get him out, but also find a way to stop the Cullen game, basically. So they go on that journey into a crazy white wonderland. Any major things I missed? There's a lot of little things in these two episodes. A lot of branching narratives that are happening here.
I mean, I think those are probably the important beats as far as this is concerned. So.
You guys will let us know in the comments if I missed something major. Crazy episodes, thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I had fully intended to watch a recap today, and I did not. So it was a very confusing, especially second episode. Fortunately, we did, like, Seth brought up earlier, we went back and kind of just like rewatched pretty much most of the last episode of second season there, which clarified a lot. So memory is not the best for me.
We watched through and reviewed all those episodes if you want to go check those out. But since those came out, we haven't watched it. Yeah. And then this came out. I did watch a recap, luckily. So I'm a little up to date on some of the things. But yeah, there's a couple things I forgot about that last episode. And so after we finished these two episodes, we went back and watched the last episode of last season, which actually, as soon as it started, all of a sudden made a lot of things make a lot of sense.
The context was very needed.
Yeah. So, because it just kind of continues straight from it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, right off the bat, obviously, we get the immediate continuation from the last season, where, we just kind of left like, what the hell is Yuji doing on a bridge, Mm-hmm. So it was kind of neat to see all that immediately graced with some wonderful animation, and that just does not stop.
Both episodes. Yeah. Constant. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So you could tell this is definitely the baby of the studio.
Yeah, they pulled like no punches. Like everything looked fantastic.
Yeah, and I didn't see any like weird animation or anything like that. So it seemed very complete, which is nice to say.
Well, I feel like if you're going to release this into the theater and then also this is the intro to the season. You're going to put the budget in and make sure it's done right. So hopefully, praying this season we don't get like that one episode in season 2 where it was unfinished.
Wow, that one was especially bad, but the whole season was messed up.
Well, it's just unfortunate because that episode was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And there was parts where it was like obviously unfinished. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we basically get thrown right into it, especially we get the little detour with the Zenin family or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the head of the household dying and the transfer of power through will or whatever.
And the brothers who don't like each other.
Yeah. Because they all just care about power. Mm-hmm. Him just kind of like all of a sudden just being there, sneaking up on them, really kind of was like an instant like, okay, this guy's like no BS. And then he's just all of a sudden he's gone. So we just kind of get this like really cool looking showcase of just this guy's like pure speed, which is not explained to us yet, which is nice because we just we're kind of left with this mystery alongside the other Chozo and Yuji, and he's just kind of going through all the motion stuff. And as soon as they're getting ready to like get into it, our fourth player comes in, whose name I keep forgetting. Yuta. I will never.
Yuta, but I say it quickly, so that's how I'm saying Yuta.
Shows up, and as far as we know, at this point in time, he's there to kill Yuji, which is technically true.
I loved his introduction because for a quick second, Yuji's like Gojo. He's like, what the hell? And he's like, wait, it's like Gojo, but creepier.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that they exude a similar energy.
Yeah.
But I assume what's that, Rika or whatever the demon's or curse's name is. It's probably the creepy part of that. He just kind of shows up.
Well, also Yuta's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like the way he looks and stuff. Like he's like well-meaning, but like he looks ominous.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very normal looking dude until you get a close look at his face.
Yeah, his eyes are just like looks miserable.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
His entrance. Sorry, I can't speak apparently. Way cool. They really put a lot of effort in making him look badass when he showed up.
They also multiple times in these episodes emphasized how powerful he is in like a scary way.
Yeah, it's crazy. They split her up, whatever, and I also like the commentary that happened because he had intended to just get it over with right there, and Yuji was much faster than he expected and avoided the blow. And this is a common theme in their fight as they go on. He's just like, oh, I've underestimated him. And the Chozo even at one point mentions like Yuji's gotten much stronger way quickly. Like it's kind of impressive. So
I also love the part where when Yuji broke his sword, he was like surprised for a second, and then he's like, "This is Gojo's student."
Right.
So like, there's a cool little like understanding of like, no, I shouldn't be surprised by this. Like,
right, but like at the same time, like, who the hell's gonna break my sword?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was a cool fight. My favorite part about their whole like spat with each other was the way the sword play was handled.
It looks so fucking cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
It like felt like someone swinging. So it wasn't like just some guy and a bunch of like swirly motions to emphasize speed. They like really broke it down, and like you were just getting swings and dodges.
It wasn't even like he's like flying at him and swinging. He was like walking towards him, like swinging like smooth, and he's like moving and dodging. I was like, damn, that looks fucking good,
it looked
dude.
Awesome. I would take a whole sword fighting anime that looked like that, man.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
And then Chozo and the brother, I can't remember his name, and I don't honestly.
Zenin brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget it again, so it doesn't matter. When he finally like kind of reveals the way his power works, and it's very similar to someone we saw in season 1. I can't remember who it is now. I think he's dead, but who operates by basically moving at frames per second type of thing, because that has.
Was that season 1? I thought it was season 2.
Or season 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, I misspoke. It was season 2. So he shares a similar power, which is interesting to see, where he basically is 24 frames ahead of where he actually is, and he basically like catches up to that moment. And so that's why he's perceived so quickly, and it's hard to keep track of him because he's not there yet until his body catches up with the cursed energy type of thing, if I'm interpreting that correctly. But then yeah, Chozo's just super calm while he's getting pummeled,
Getting his ass kicked, yeah.
which he does a lot. It seems like.
Well, it's wild because he's like, his power has to do with blood.
Yeah.
So like, it's like he has to like get to the point where he knows what the guy's doing and how to do it, and then he executes on it. Like that. It's funny because like everyone's called a sorcerer, and a lot of people kind of feel like sorcerers, but like Chozo feels like he's doing like blood magic shit.
Yeah.
Like he actually feels like he's doing like, he's not just punching or swinging swords and shit, or everyone's doing stuff. Yuda's healing people, stuff like that. But like his whole thing is like, I don't know, something out of like fucking Diablo or something.
Well, it's funny too because obviously that particular strategy he decided to go with took some prep time. So like he just was basically stalling for time while learning his enemy at the same time. But then all the little micro explosions with the droplets coming from the ceiling,
which I'm not surprised, but like the audio with the visual was so good. It's like just these beefy like bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, I'm sure with
like
headphones it sounded amazing.
Yeah. I also like throughout this episode and the second episode, people don't know who Chozo is or what he is.
I mean, he did just kind of show up.
He just showed up and he's just hanging out, and people are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Who's
like
this
he's
guy?
like, "Let me
Yeah.
explain in the second episode," and then like everybody's like, "Oh, okay, who is he?" Like, why? But when Naoya was fighting Chozo, he's like, "How the hell did you generate that much blood?" Like he wasn't aware of like what he was.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh wait,"
he knew his power, but he didn't know like the
Yeah.
extent of it, basically.
Yeah.
Because I think they explained it as basically he can extend his cursed energy to basically replace or be blood or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that. Feel free to
You'll
give
let
me
us know.
details. Yeah. But then he creates that flood, and it was crazy to watch. Like he was cruising away from that flood, and you're just kind of watching it like almost catch up to him like hit it away. And the whole like just him running was animated in such a way that like
It was like Chozo was shooting him
felt
too
fast.
while he's running too. It looked like things were like getting shot at him or something like that.
maybe I was like so engrossed with all the. There was a lot of animation stuff happening there, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it'd make more sense if I watched it a second time.
I'm gonna have to. There's so much stuff happening.
But yeah, we get through all that. You'd recapped already that. Oh God, what's his name again?
Yuta.
Simple name, and I can't keep it in my head. Comes back with Yuji in tow. Currently dead, or at least presumably. It just swats Chozo away like he's nothing. Like instantly puts him out of commission, which is crazy because he's just fought for a while. And then heals the guy on the condition he'll tell the sorcerers that Yuji's dead, which we get to find out later is part of the plan. So, you already kind of recapped the meeting, and basically, Megami Men shows up. Oh God, I can't think of people's names. Sorry. Shows up. He's worried about his sister. Obviously, asks Yuji for help. Yuji's got PTSD right now, so he's just like not really wanting to do much anything. But he's convinced. He asks about the third member of their group, our hammer swinging lady, and she is supposedly still just not. He basically doesn't respond, which implies that she's still dead, but also as a show did not confirm anything to us, so we still don't know technically.
And we don't need to know if you know. Please don't tell us.
Please don't tell us.
No spoilers.
And then Chozo pops out of the shadows with
Yeah,
a plan.
this place is super easy to find because everybody just kind of shows up.
They meet up with, I can't remember her name, but the blonde girl who was a classmate of Gojo and Geto, and they're gonna go meet the dude Tengen.
You remembered her name?
I did. I had to dig for it. By going back to the school and in a big white room that they didn't think he was in, and then he decided to show himself, except for not to her for some reason. They must have beef they need to sort through, but we're kind of left there. Did I miss anything? I think that's pretty much it. They were phenomenal 2 episodes.
I
Man.
would say I don't know. It's your impression. So
my brain's all scrambled from watching 2 episodes back to back like that. So
Sure.
No, it was awesome. A really good way to set up. They also gave us the rules of the game, which fortunately, we're able to pause. So if I had to watch it on TV and then also try to read those subtitles that fast, that would have been insanity. So,
Oh yeah.
but it seems simple enough. It just was really wordy for what the rules are.
Yeah, it's a battle royale. People kill people. They get points. If you get enough points, they can introduce rules that are approved of. And if you don't do anything in 19 days, you lose your technique.
Yeah. Yeah, because
From what I gathered,
the guy's objective, obviously, or not obviously, but at the end of the last season was to just create another age of Jujutsu, Kaisen or whatever. So yeah,
Jujutsu, dude.
Yeah.
Sorcery.
but yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Like we already went over, so I'm not going to go over everything again. But like the animation in these 2 episodes was fantastic. I expected that much, but it was definitely a pleasure to see the fight scenes, especially in the first episode. They got to hook you, in the first episode, and they did a really good job. Starting with Yuji and Chozo just kind of going around killing curses, talking with each other, kind of forming their family bond thing that's going on. That's instantly just vibes with me because I liked. I don't know why everybody thinks Yuji's got to be the best friend ever because.
Right.
Toto is the same, but not for the same reasons, but similar energy. But yeah, I like wherever that's going. It's going to be interesting for me because if you guys watch any of our prior reviews, you'll know. But my girlfriend has read the mangas, the manga as far as it's gone. I think she's caught up where it's at. And last season, she kept talking about Chozo, and I'm like. Is he cool? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, we haven't seen much on him yet, so don't tell me anything about. I don't want to hear about how much you like him. But she keeps buying Chozo stuff, so I'm like, oh, he must get like really cool later. So this season we're starting off with, I'm beginning to understand why she's a fan of him. He's a really interesting character because he's kind of emotionally aloof but dedicated to siblings. He has a whole discussion with Naoya about how he's confused on how he hates his brothers when he views it as older brothers need to set the example for younger brothers to learn from. So he definitely has a different philosophy, but it's interesting because he feels so strongly about that, but he's not like a dude who's full of a lot of charisma. He's a very straightforward dude, although there's that one moment where Yuji referred to him as his older brother, and
To simply explain him.
and he was very happy with that, which is hilarious. I'm also really curious to see where it's going when it comes to his brothers, because they're going into that place, and he's like looking for them. So
Yeah.
and I don't think I fully understand the whole scope of that. Maybe something in last season gave more info on that I'm forgetting. But if it's not revealed yet, please don't tell me.
Yeah.
But really, I want to know more about him as a character. I also really like his abilities. He was really interesting in season 2 as well when Yuji was fighting him. But
Yeah, it was one of the best hand-to-hand fights I've ever seen.
yeah, it's just interesting because, like I said, he's like a straight up sorcerer. He's doing like a lot of stuff with his hands and shooting stuff and doing all these crazy moves, and it's like really interesting. Yeah, all the stuff with Yuta was awesome. It's cool to see him finally interacting with Yuji. They're very different characters, but seeing them kind of have a dialogue, especially after they fought, I thought was really cool because they don't really know each other, but they, kind of know of each other. Also, like Yuta's like the chosen one. He's like fucking super powerful, which was definitely on display. He didn't seem really pressed at all in either of these episodes. Kind of felt like he was just there doing what he was asked to do. So yeah, that was cool. Also, I like. I don't know if it's because what's happened in the last season, but Megami seems a little more interesting as a character in just the 2 episodes we've seen him in, or maybe the one. I forget where he showed up at. But in season 1, I wasn't like the biggest fan of him. I was like, yeah, he's all right.
whatever.
He's all right. And then season 2, he definitely has a moment that was like really fucking cool.
Maybe
But-
that's what pushed him over.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering, because Yuji's changed as well.
Yeah.
He's got like PTSD, and he's like, second guessing himself, telling Yuta like kill me if Sukuna takes over, because like I don't want
He doesn't want that burden again.
Doesn't want this happening again. He knows he's basically a ticking time bomb. Which, so the last season, that whole event obviously changed the characters, which has been really interesting to see, because now there's a lot of characters that are missing, characters changed, characters that are, MIA. So a lot of things have been flipped around, but yeah, Megami, I feel like I have a feeling he's going to be a lot more interesting in this season. But there's been this whole promised thing about him as a character anyway,
that they reemphasized that. Yeah.
That we're like finally getting to. And if I learned anything from this show so far, is everything is layered in a way that everything's pre-planned already, so things will make sense eventually. Because I remember watching the first season and going like, yeah, that's all right. And then watching Hidden Inventory, watching season 2, and I was like, holy shit, that makes everything make way more sense. Yeah. It's all like, really well thought out. So I'm really looking forward to like the payoff with Megami and his whole arc, because he's obviously very important. And we're kind of like getting down to, all the big dogs all together. So
like we've now been introduced to like pretty much all his family at this point, and realizing that most of them are kind of, well, at least perceived as pieces of shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then obviously his sister is now in the mix, and I'm sure we'll get to see that happen too. So.
Yeah, really curious about that. And then intro outros to this season. I like both of them.
I like the visuals.
The visuals are cool.
Pretty meh for me.
I like the last one. It's not something I would listen to, but I like the whole vibe of the outro. It's got this like almost eeriness to it that I really dig. That this whole season so far, only 2 episodes, but like the whole thing has this like down tempo vibe that's kind of like after the last season, kind of like dark feeling. So I think it kind of matches that. The intro though, the song's like whatever, but the visuals are fucking awesome.
Really good, yeah.
And a lot of things there that I don't have the context for yet, but I'm sure by the end of the season I'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Also, we got a little flashback of Yuji as a baby. Seeing his mom and dad, I assume. So that's interesting.
Or someone who's like wanting to be his dad or something like that.
I just assumed it was because he had like similar hair color.
Yeah.
But the mom had similar to Gato, the stitching across her forehead. So that's kind of interesting.
Was it stitching or was it a tattoo?
Well, it just reminded me of it.
Yeah.
So I'll take that as, whatever. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, really good first 2 episodes, no complaints. In fact, I thought they were fucking great. So we started out this season with the same momentum as we ended season 2. And I can't wait to find out what happens in episode 3. And I will struggle through my recap and that review as well. So stay tuned for that. Got anything else you want to say?
No, that pretty much covers it.
All right, well, let us know in the comments what you guys think of these episodes. Is there anything, and I'm sure there is, anything that we missed that you wanted to talk about without spoilers, please. If you're reading the manga, if you already read that, leave all those details out on this, because I really want to go on as blind as possible. But yeah, what do you think of these episodes? What do you think about how they did them? What do you think about the animation, fight scenes, all the characters introduced? How are you feeling about Chozo, Yuta and Yuji talking? Where do you think things are going? Unless you know, please don't tell us. And yeah, tell us your general thoughts. Stay tuned. We will be doing episodic reviews of JJK Season 3 for sure. We're also going to be doing episodic reviews of Frieren when that starts. And then we will be doing a season review of Trigun, even though the trailer looked pretty cool. So I'm kind of interested in that one. First season was cool. We did episodic reviews of that first season if you want to see that. And then Hell's Paradise we will be watching and doing a season review as well. So yeah, definitely going to be a busy season. Stick with us, subscribe, and yeah, talk anime with us. If you have any recommendations, let us know. We can't do it this season, but we will take it into consideration next season.
True.
If things get a little more chill. But yeah, I've been Seth. This has been Chevy. Until the next episode, we will talk to you guys later.